In this video, I'll explain what the passive causative is and how you can put it together when talking about someone else doing a service for you. In a previous video, I showed you how you can use have, make, get, let, or help as causative verbs. When forming the passive causative, you only use have or get. You can't use these other three. So that makes it a little easier when making a choice for the main verb with a past participle. That's what's different about the passive causative. Have or get, and then at the end of the sentence, or towards the end of the sentence, you choose a past participle. In this sentence, I had them fix my bike. Here is the causative verb. These are the people who are doing the work, whoever they are. This verb is in the simple form, and then this is the thing that is fixed. When forming the passive causative, you can still begin with the same subject, but instead put this thing here. I had my bike, and then this verb goes here. It's in the form of a past participle. I had my bike fixed, and then end the sentence. I had my bike fixed. If you want to say who did the work, you could use them, that's okay. I had my bike fixed by them, or I had my bike fixed by a mechanic, or a repair person. I'm not exactly sure what you call a person who fixes a bike. I'm not sure what the title is, but it's not necessary. So if you don't know what that word is, just say, I had my bike fixed, and that's good enough. Once again, here's the subject, here's the verb. It's in the passive causative within this whole sentence. This is the thing, and then here's the past participle. Do you see the difference? Here you have the subject, and then here's the verb. Up to this point, these two sentences are the same. But then in the passive causative, you want to put the thing, and then the past participle will go here. These two verbs work together, and the thing goes between this verb and this verb. Just remember that this is the past participle. And in this position, you can use any verb tense you like. This is in the past tense. If I put this in the future tense, I will have my bike fixed. I have had my bike fixed. I should have my bike fixed. So it doesn't matter what you use here as long as it's logical. But in this position, you're always going to use the past participle. The passive causative is used for some type of service, some type of a personal service where somebody does work for you. We had our house painted. We didn't do the work. Somebody else did it. They got their roof replaced. They didn't do the work. They hired someone to do the work. I had a pizza delivered. I didn't do anything. I stayed at home and waited for the pizza to arrive. I had a pizza delivered. Someone delivered it to my house. All of these sentences are in the past tense. And then here's the causative verb, got and had. This is the verb get, and then here's the verb have. I got my hair cut. Here's the thing, and then here is the past participle in this position at the end of the sentence. I got my hair cut. You got your car fixed. He had the results verified, and she had her nails done. When you say this in this last sentence, she had her nails done, everybody who hears this knows that a manicurist did the work. She had her nails done by a manicurist. But it's not necessary to say who did the work. It was probably a professional. We can just take this off and just say she had her nails done. Remember that you could change the verb tense here. You don't have to use the past tense. You could use the present tense for all of these. I get my hair cut. You get your car fixed. He has the results verified, and she has her nails done. There are many different possibilities when it comes to the verb tense for the verb that comes after the subject when you're forming the passive causative. You can also use the future. You could also use the future tense, which I'll show you in the next example. This sentence is in the going to future. Right here, he's going to have. You could use will. He will have, but many people will use going to. He's going to have his teeth cleaned. It's not necessary to say who is going to do the work. We know that it's a dental hygienist. We could say by a dental hygienist. We could say the work is being done by a dental hygienist. But it's not necessary because we know that's who normally does the work. So we can just take that off and say he's going to have his teeth cleaned. The passive causative is often used when a person needs some type of medical service from a doctor or a nurse or a specialist of some kind. She should have her, and then in this position, the body part, examined, x-rayed, checked, looked at. These are all past participles. She should have her eyes examined. She should have her foot x-rayed. She should have her blood pressure checked, or something else that's really important for the body. She should have her injury looked at. Any part of the body that has an injury, she should have her injury looked at. She should have her leg looked at if it's injured. Notice that it's not necessary to say who would be doing the work. Here's the subject, but this person isn't doing anything. The work is being done by the people who do these things, but we don't mention who they are. What did you have done? What did you get fixed? Both of these questions are using the passive causative. And what is the thing that you had done or got fixed? Put your answers in the comment section. If you liked this video, please subscribe to this channel and give it a big thumbs up.